I believe I had auditioned a few times for the show. I'm assuming I can't recall other than uh, the role of Oshu when I saw the breakdown for the sides.
Yeah.
It was just when I saw the sides and the dialogue, I was like, wow, this is profound. We're dealing with worlds, we're dealing with people, we're dealing with gods, we're dealing with duty, we're dealing with duty where things get into conflict. I, re- it's interesting because I was looking at, oh yeah, I remember thinking that for myself, anyways, that this character would be, okay, he's the first prime of a god. I know well, at the time I felt like I'm me, but looking back, I'm like, okay, I was a kid back then, but I didn't view it from that point. uh, I had thought that this character should have some sort of he'd be brought up in a court. He would be could be soft spoken because it's more the mind and the intellect, so to speak. And I had thought, for whatever reason, a bit of a British accent would be good, but I can't do a British accent, and I know those that do it perfectly. But something about the regular Vancouver voice, it didn't it didn't feel right when I put it on its feet. So I played around, and I had just thought, I'll do my version of British. Well, they're not, but I mean, it's not a fleet in on Earth, so that doesn't make sense. Also, too, it wouldn't have to match because my character's not from Earth, but
Right.
something to just give it a bit more of not regalness in a arrogant way, but I can't quite find the word, but I could see Diana and David, you're both nodding, so maybe
Yep.
the essence of it. Um, Anyways, I just thought this is maybe silly, maybe not, but my best rendition. So I went with it and I auditioned. And to my surprise, I got noticed that I had booked it. This was my first guest starring role ever. So as an actor, you go through the different rails of really trying to get any work at all. You're happy with big roles, small roles, and I've done everything in between since then and to the present. Um,
Kevin, can you remember what was on the page when you auditioned or what you were given by the casting director in the way of direction, besides your own really wise choices?
Carol Kelsey, a casting director, very wonderful, wonderful woman. I honestly can't remember. I remember Martin Wood was in the room.
Oh, he
He
was.
was the
Okay.
director,
Mhm.
and I believe one of the producers, maybe a producer writer, was also someone else was in. I think there was Martin and someone else. There might have been Martin and two other people. Um, but I just did my thing, and back in the day, you're sitting in the room opposite, a dozen others that look like you, and you're all,
Yeah. No videotaped auditions like we do now, right?
oh no. In fact, I think back then, I think I got my signs by fax.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, it was fax machine. And then my parents had this old or this fax machine, and always had this black line that would be on the page. So I'd have to look, or did stuff get cut off, and you'd have to go to the production office for the script, and then physically go drive, get for the rewrites, etc. So what was your question again?
Well, I think what we're trying to get at is that now you've had a chance looking back to watch some of the episodes, perhaps some that are not just yours, but others. And you brought a very different take to how a first prime behaves
Mhm.
than pretty much any other actor, as far as, they were very boisterous, a lot of bravado. And you, as you said, you brought a lot of this quiet regalness to it,
Nuance.
intelligence
Oh,
to it, and strategy to it. So I will tell you, in the books, you're actually the descendant of Lao Tzu, The Art of War.
Whoa, Jesus.
Uh-huh. Boom.
Yeah. So you're
not a Jaffa.
You are the clone. You are a clone. He has been cloning you since back then. You know, Lord Yu was an actual emperor in China. He wasn't a god, a mythical god. He was an actual emperor, and he did some pretty cool things to save the Chinese, including during a horrendous flood. He just out of the blue came up with this great idea on how to dig extra tributaries for the river so that the cities didn't flood. He was brilliant. So in his own way. So, that in itself is a huge difference for the franchise. Every other Gould system lord was based off of a mythological character. Here was a real person who had really existed. So, I had felt it was important that you really existed too.
It's a very distinctive choice because he's not a Jaffa at all. He's a cloned human. So it explains some of these different choices that you as an actor made, or the writers creating him made, because he negotiates, he appeals. It's not just cut and dry. It's you're navigating that role of responsibility. And okay, I must do as my God commands. Yes, but I'm also interested in my God's greater interests as well.
You know what? I checked this. You only used the word God once in the entire, all of your appearances. The rest of the time you used Lord. So I took it that you knew he wasn't a god. He was this great emperor, and you really respected him, and he was, in a sense, your father. You had a fatherly, you had a son's love. So, not to go to your head, but you have to understand that your performance informed all of this. It's not the other way around. It's because of your performance that I came up with all these crazy, nutty ideas based off your performance.
Wow, that's wonderful. It's interesting. It's interesting because now it makes sense also with the writing. I was looking at I believe it was New Order. So was that season?
That's season 8. Yeah, he's really aging now.
Yeah. Some of the dialogue I got as watching. I was like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm more human than the system lords.
First Primes, yeah.
First Primes,
yeah.
Both of you are tapping into the same thing here, which I think is really interesting. And I'm interested, Kevin, to see, in terms of what Diana has said, how much of that did you feel in your own performance when you were working it?
I did feel it. In fact, the actors themselves, wonderful people. Yeah. But in terms of the scene, through the eyes of my character Oshu, I was looking, going, all the system lords are they're powerful. They have more intelligence. Everybody around them believes they're gods. Their primes do. They act like they believe they're gods. I know. I suspect. I don't know anything for certain, but they don't behave how they should be. And furthermore, they have very self-aggrandizing viewpoints. They're highly intelligent, but manipulative. And so I didn't in the scene with Camulus and Amaterasu. I was thinking they're using my Lord Yu, understanding he can be kind of pushed aside. I recognize I don't have the same stature as them, so I can recognize that, but it's kind of like I'm realizing we're not wolves, but I'm protecting my people. But it's a difficult situation because I have duty, obviously, 100%, Diana. That's how I viewed it, as Lord Yu is my father, with that fatherly duty, fatherly love, but also his most important. Yes, it's a feudal system, but his most important duty is to his people. So if he's making decisions that could potentially destroy our whole civilization, then I'm bound to duty to him. to Lord Yu. And so when he orders something, I'm bound to that. But at the same time, if he's losing some of his cognition and it puts the entire existence of all of what he stands for in jeopardy, what do I do?
Yeah.
What can I do? And I'm the only one that recognizes this I'm the only one, I can't speak. And so that's a wonderful scene with Teal'c. And so I made up in my own head when I believe it was Fallen or Homecoming, I can't when Teal'c is taking, when I take Teal'c captive, because I believe Lord Yu had made an order.
Chadawa system, go this way, not this way.
Right.
Rules have changed.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Teal'c goes, you cannot. And to me, I'm going, oh, okay, well, now I have to do something because my lord cannot lose face.
Yeah.
I have to imprison you. And I have to do as he says, but I recognize I don't have as much experience. And in my viewpoint, preparing for the role, or at least working through it, was, in my mind, I was thinking, I'd heard Teal'c's character I've heard of before. I've heard negative things, that he was a traitor, but I've also heard that he was honorable. And so me in a position where completely screwed. My people are, and time is running out. Here's an opportunity to potentially confide. I don't know, but reaching out to maybe just even my conscience, to someone who might
serve both interests.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching this clip from Dial the Gate. You can find the full live stream shows on our YouTube channel or visit dialthegate.com for the complete schedule. See you on the other side.